Story 1. More than 5 days had passed since one of the most devastating fires to strike HCM City in recent years. Yet its aftermath continued to resonate throughout the community. At the scene, 7 adjacent houses on TQT Street, Ward 7, District 3 had been completely destroyed, leaving behind only blackened steel frames. The affected families had been relocated to temporary shelters while waiting for reconstruction. Meanwhile, authorities continued to secure the area as they investigated the cause of the blaze. Even now, no one has been able to accurately estimate the enormous value of the property consumed by the fire. Amid this tragedy, however, a mysterious story with a spiritual dimension has spread rapidly among local residents. According to many witnesses, a small shrine and a statue of Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva appeared to protect the homeowner, minimizing the damage caused by the inferno. Today, hundreds of people passing along TQT Street stop to observe the remarkable sight. The statue of Avalokiteshvara showed no visible signs of fire damage. Positioned on the rooftop terrace of the 3-story house, it seemed to mark a clear boundary between the area devastated by the flames and the section that remained untouched. Many visitors recorded videos and took photographs of the unusual scene, sharing them on social media and sparking widespread discussion. Some claimed that the statue of Avalokiteshvara had miraculously caused the wind to change direction, diverting the fire away from the house. According to reports, the house where the statue was enshrined belonged to a 51-year-old woman identified as Mrs. H. She recalled that on the day of the fire, her family heard a loud explosion, followed immediately by flames erupting from the karaoke bar next door. Strong winds, combined with highly flammable materials, caused the fire to spread rapidly. Before they could fully comprehend what was happening, towering flames had already engulfed the direction of their home. With no time to think about their belongings, Mrs. H and her family fled in panic, focused only on saving their lives. Once they escaped, something unexpected happened. The fire suddenly changed direction. Mrs. H reflected thoughtfully. As I ran outside, I thought that simply surviving was already a blessing. I was certain our house and everything we owned would be reduced to ashes. I had no idea what happened afterward. Later, many witnesses told me that the fire reached the statue of Avalokiteshvara and then stopped. One eyewitness described the scene.
The flames rose incredibly high and looked terrifying. They quickly spread to the neighboring 3-story building. But just as the fire reached the place where the Avalokiteshvara statue stood, a powerful gust of wind suddenly swept through. The wind redirected the flames, causing them to spread instead toward the buildings farther down the street. Many people at the scene were astonished and said Avalokiteshvara had manifested to protect the house. Witnessing such an extraordinary event sent chills down my spine. It deepened many people's faith and reverence for the Buddha and Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva.
Story 2. BTTH, from QN Province, shared an experience that happened to her own family. It was the full moon day of the 6th lunar month in 2014. The previous day had been intensely hot and sunny in HL City. That evening, my family of 5 went upstairs, turned on the air conditioner, and peacefully went to sleep together. Next door were 2 late-night food stalls that usually stayed open until around 3 a.m. The food stall owned by Mr. Q, right beside our house, kept a gas stove and a charcoal stove next to each other. My mother had warned him many times to be careful and not to place them so close together, but he never listened. At about 1 a.m. on the full moon night, a gas leak occurred. The escaping gas ignited from the nearby charcoal stove, causing a fire to break out. The food display table and canopy were quickly burned black. Inside the house, the intense heat melted and warped nearly everything. After consuming those items, the flames grew larger and appeared ready to spread to our home. Under normal circumstances, the fire should have spread directly into our house. Yet for reasons no one could explain, it did not. Instead, the flames moved upward into the upper floor of Mr. Q's house. Meanwhile, all 5 members of my family continued sleeping peacefully, completely unaware of what was happening. The neighbors saw the fire and rushed about in panic. Families with cars or delivery vehicles hurriedly evacuated their loved ones to a nearby intersection or to Military Zone 3 for safety. Members of the neighborhood committee repeatedly called my parents, but no one answered. Our entire family slept soundly until 5 a.m. The next morning, my parents woke up as usual and began preparing for work. The neighbors gathered and told my mother everything that had happened. Shocked, she came home and recounted the story to the rest of our family. Several elderly women who regularly visited the temple remarked, "Your family is truly blessed. Such a terrible fire happened, yet your house remained unharmed." After hearing the story, my mother went before our family altar and bowed in gratitude to the Buddha. She believed our family's good fortune was likely because every night before going to bed, all of us recited the Buddha's name together. My mother regularly visited the temple, practiced life release, recited Buddhist scriptures, and helped sponsor the printing and distribution of Dharma books. Thanks to the wholesome roots I inherited from her, I also followed her example by studying and reciting the Ksitagava Sutra and teachings on cause and effect, karma. I hope this small story will encourage more people to be diligent and steadfast on their path of Buddhist practice.